Now the heat pump will start up. Now the contactor latched. It's pretty quiet. The only time it's not quiet is when it's defrosting. I have installed a air to water heat pump. So now I don't really need to use my oil-fired furnace, but it's still here as a backup. Luckily it had a drain valve at the bottom. Goes through here, it has a little filter, circulation pump. It goes to this heat exchanger. And that goes out the wall. There's plenty of cables that runs through the same hole. We have this thick one that I will use for a battery bank in the bunker. This cable bundle here goes to the heat pump, and there are some other cables here that goes to the bunker. And after it goes to the heat pump, it comes back and it goes in the furnace at the top here. The whole furnace is filled with water, like 200 liters of water. And for controlling, I have this thermostat and a couple of more temperature gauges here. So this is the temperature that goes to the heat pump, the water. This is the water from the heat pump. This is the water that goes to the radiator circuit, and the water that comes back from the radiator circuit. And the radiator circuit has this pump here, and this shunt, and another pump here. And over here we have two cabinets. This one will be for the cable that comes from the bunker. It's empty at the moment. Not so much in here. And this one is for controlling the heat pump. Some cables that runs to it. And this one is how long the heat pump has been running. It has run 437 hours since that date. Almost 9 months. And the cables here run into the house. And over here we have the main water inlet and the cables from the solar panels. But now it's winter and there is not so much solar power. And here we got the heat pump, almost buried in snow. It's running at the moment. And I've got the cable channel here. Junction boxes for the solar panels. But I have removed them because I don't want so much snow on them. And there's another one. These panels here are protected from the snow, so I left them out. The disconnect switch. Here's the other side of the wall where the cables came in. There's a battery compartment. We have this 48 volt backup battery system here. The solar panels goes in here. We have some voltage, but there is almost no current. Got this amp meter here from the solar panels. And that feeds to the inverter. It tries its best to charge the batteries. 48 volts and 48.8 volts at the moment. 0 watts, like 34 watts. Yes, here we've got the batteries. And we have these larger batteries here. Here's one of the control cabinets. I need to still do some work here. There's a temperature in the furnace. Got a 48 volt capacitor bank. And that breaker and relay is not in use. It's for disconnecting the inverter. The breakers from the inverter and the power meter that shows the power from the inverter. And when the inverter had power from the solar panels, I write down how much power it has made so far. And this is a fun part. This is a grounding transformer. I have disconnected at the moment because the neutral from the inverter is not grounded. So if I want to ground the neutral, I will run it through this 1-to-1 transformer and ground the output. But it's not necessary. I just had a big 2 kVA toroidal transformer to use. So why not build a grounding transformer? But it's there if I need it. And here's a bunch of chargers to quick charge the batteries. And I made a little voltmeter panel for the bigger battery pack. It measures 3 cells, so each of them are 3 cells. That's what all these fuses are on the top of the bus bars. That's for voltage sensing. And up in the ceiling we have a smoke detector, another smoke detector, and a hydrogen gas detector. When we have a solar power, or if there is a power outage, the inverter will run the lighting, outlets, AC, and those things. It will obviously not run the air-to-water heat pump or the stove. And the cables here run to the consumer unit. And here is a power meter for the air-to-water heat pump, which is running. See there, got like 6 kilowatts. And that's the date when I mounted it up. I had that much kilowatt hours on it. Obviously now it's much higher than that. It's around the same date I mounted the hour meter. So yes, this is how much I've been done this far.